Hi everyone, I'm CBS19 Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony here in the CBS19 Weather Center. Updating your weather forecast here as we head later into this Tuesday night. Did have a new development with a severe thunderstorm watch for some of our western and northwestern counties, which I'll go over in just a second. Also up on our Facebook page tonight, on our YouTube stream, and of course on our CBS19 Plus channel. So if you have any questions on the Facebook page, please put those in below and we will try to answer those as we can go through it. I got to tell you though, if you ask about most cities, Nacogdoches, Henderson, Cushing, you're not going to see anything tonight. Maybe a light rain shower. It's really going to be, say, Van, Wills Point, maybe toward Emory, Athens, Brownsboro, Chandler, maybe Tyler, Lyndale, that actually have a chance to see some rain and or a thunderstorm in the overnight hours. Right now it's cloudy outside, it's humid and it's warm. The temperature is sitting at about 84 degrees. We have a nice, beautiful breeze out of the south-southeast at 8 miles an hour. It's very calm across most of East Texas. We had the sunset about 25 minutes ago and it is just very pleasant. But this was just issued by the National Weather Service not long ago, a severe thunderstorm watch till 2 a.m. That's Henderson County, there's Van Zandt, Emory, also Hopkins County. Wood County, you're not in that watch. Smith County, you're not in that watch. Anderson, also not in that watch. Could you be added? I don't think so. There's probably a small outside chance for that to happen. And if it were to happen, it would probably happen after 2 o'clock tomorrow morning while you're sleeping. And of course, then CBS19 meteorologist Sarah Blue will be on top of it watching those thunderstorms for you. Currently, where are those thunderstorms? Well, they're way out here to the west, okay, west of Dallas, northwest of Dallas, in fact. And there are several severe thunderstorm warnings. For instance, this one in Parker and Tarrant County till 9:30. That does include the city of Weatherford, also back towards Stephenville. That is going to be west of Fort Worth right now, west of Dallas. There's another severe thunderstorm warning up here to the north, Cook, Denton, Grayson, Wise County. That thunderstorm moving over toward Sherman. So those thunderstorms have some gusty winds in there. We'll take a look at some of the winds right now inside those thunderstorms. And they're peaking roughly at about probably close to 60 miles an hour if they're warned, or at least they have the capability of becoming a severe thunderstorm in terms of the wind speeds. But overall, those warnings will continue. I'll throw this into motion. We can see the general movement on these showers and thunderstorms is east and southeast. You might notice the warnings sort of extend eastward over toward Sherman right now and back here toward Decatur and back to the southeast toward Gordon, Stephenville, over toward Cleburne. So right now, that's what we have going on. Back here in East Texas again, it's quiet, but we are watching those showers and thunderstorms out there to the northwest. All right, let me just check in. We've got about 50 folks watching on Facebook. Welcome, everyone who's watching. Thank you for tuning in with us here this evening. Just bringing you up to date. Let's see. I'm sorry, but did you say something about Henderson? Yes. You may not even get any rain in Henderson tonight. So Henderson may end up being dry. The showers and thunderstorms will likely fall apart before they get to Henderson. And if they do, it's some very light rainfall at this time. So these thunderstorms, and there's a lot of lightning inside those thunderstorms out toward Weatherford and up to the northwest. Let me go to another source here. I just want to show you, we've got a lot. So these little blue areas here, these are ice crystals in the atmosphere. So that tells us that we have some very tall thunderstorm tops. And it also gives me a better feel for the movement and direction of the thunderstorms. But also notice that we're getting quite a bit of a blow off the top of the thunderstorms. So there's some strong winds aloft, or stronger winds aloft, that are shearing the top of the thunderstorms off, and we're getting this cirrus canopy out ahead of it. The anvils are starting to stretch out. So they are starting to become or move into a weakening phase here as we head through the next couple of hours. They're tied to this upper level low pressure system here toward Wichita, up toward Omaha. They had several tornado warnings across Oklahoma and into Kansas and into Missouri. In fact, the Indiana Pacers were trying to land in Oklahoma City tonight because they're taking on the Thunder in the NBA championship starting, I believe, tomorrow night. They had to land in Tulsa ahead of those thunderstorms, could not fly through those thunderstorms. So that's where the worst part of it is up to the north. All right, so let's break this down for you, looking at the severe potential. I'll show you then what the Storm Prediction Center has after I show you the severe potential here tonight. So this is taking into account the amount of energy in the atmosphere, the amount of wind shear in the atmosphere, adds all of that up. And so we get a low to maybe slightly elevated threat of severe weather. And again, it's in the watch area over parts of Van Zandt County, Emory, Rains County, up toward Hopkins County. So that yellow area. But there is a chance all the way east toward Panola and even into Harrison County and down into Cherokee County, where you could have maybe a marginally strong thunderstorm, if they can make it that far east. And I'll show you future skycast coming up here in just a little bit. And you'll see the thunderstorms make it to Smith County and then fall apart at about 3 o'clock in the morning. So they've got a little bit of energy still left in them. They still have some winds that are pushing them. But other than that, they're now going to start entering a weakening phase, especially now that we've lost daytime heating. Latest Storm Prediction Center outlook still has just this little corner of Smith County in this level 1 out of 5 severe weather threat tonight. So that means isolated severe thunderstorms anywhere in the green. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't have a severe thunderstorm, even though it is a marginal risk, but you might have only 1 or 2 with a better chance to see severe weather over there in the yellow. All right, so here's the storm energy. It's moderate across Smith County. There are pockets of weak energy. So as those thunderstorms move into those pockets of weak energy, it could sort of suck some of the energy out of those thunderstorms. And so then they'd lose a little bit of their pop. And it definitely drops off once you get east of Tyler, east of Jacksonville. So it's really this area here that we'll watch to see if the showers and thunderstorms or the thunderstorms themselves can sustain it and make it through the areas that, again, have moderate energy, not strong, not extreme. We've seen a lot worse setups here. The one thing that I am looking at here is the low-level jet stream winds, because those low-level jet stream winds can be transferred down to the surface to where we get a severe thunderstorm wind gust. You'll note that those are running generally at about 25 to maybe 40 knots. So again, not particularly strong. So the thunderstorms are not going to have a ton of wind with them or wind potential. The farther they come to the east, the winds are dropping off. So not much upper level wind support beyond about maybe Kaufman County and just west or near Rains County. So once those thunderstorms move into that area, get beyond that little bit of upper level wind that helps them maybe sustain an updraft, could have them rotating, they kind of lose their strength. All right, so here's a little bit of a rotation potential. So we'll take a look at whether or not these thunderstorms can turn, and you'll notice they get down toward Corsicana, toward Ennis, toward Athens, and then they just kind of fall apart or in a weakening trend. So small hail, yeah, possible, maybe a wind gust around 30, 40 miles an hour through the overnight hours. Tornado parameters are going to be best north of Dallas, west toward Waco. So, and then as I throw this into motion overnight, you'll notice that they weaken quickly. So once we get to about midnight, they weaken as they approach Sulphur Springs and Emory. Could we have a quick tornado spin up some areas out to our northwest? It's possible, but not likely. So that's another thing to look at. And then by tomorrow morning, it is pretty much gone in terms of the tornado parameters. Okay, looking at future skycasts. I'm starting this at 10 o'clock tonight. Let me go over. I see some questions, some folks having some questions. Let's see what everybody has to say. Sherry, you're very welcome. What about Brownsboro? Dylan, I'll show you Brownsboro in just a second. Curious, Lynn Emball's worrying about Carrollton, Texas, fixing to get it. Let me go, I have to go back to Carrollton. I think yes, Carrollton will at least see some thunderstorms tonight. So will I be woken up in Bullard? You know, I don't think so. Overton, probably a little bit of rain, but nothing severe. Kelly Gray, maybe some rain, maybe a rumble of thunder, but not real concerned about thunderstorms making it into Tyler, okay? So let's put the future skycast into motion. This is going to go up until about 3 a.m. So the thunderstorms make it through Canton, Athens, Mineola. So Brownsboro could have a little gusty thunderstorm. They do not look as strong as they were. Let me just go back. I want to go back to that parameter, to that. So I'll switch back again. So that's 10 o'clock. In the next 4 hours, you can see as they weaken as they move to the southeast. So your strongest thunderstorms could be at Sulphur Springs, Emory, toward Canton, maybe at Athens, that area that's in the severe thunderstorm watch. Watch what happens once we get past 3 o'clock in the morning. Gone. So these storms really weaken. Remember, there's upper level wind support out here to push those thunderstorms, help those sustain the updrafts in the thunderstorms. Once they outrun that upper level wind support, those showers and thunderstorms fall apart. Scattered showers tomorrow afternoon. We don't have any type of risk of severe weather tomorrow. These are general garden variety thunderstorms, though I got to tell you, this time of the year, you get any thunderstorm that loads up a ton of moisture. Because that moisture is so heavy at the top of a thunderstorm, it can fall out suddenly in a downburst, and you can have a strong wind gust. That is a possibility, but probably not likely in this scenario tomorrow. Once we lose the sunset tomorrow afternoon, the showers and thunderstorms fade away, and then we're just talking about temperatures that are likely going to heat up into the 90s on Thursday and again on Friday. All right, I'm going to go back to the start here, all the way back to the beginning, and just walk you through. Again, we're down to 83 degrees now as we've made it to 9 o'clock. We have a severe thunderstorm watch till 2 a.m. Rains County, Hopkins County, Van Zant, and Henderson County. Also Kaufman County would be included in that. But Smith County is not. Rusk County not included. Cherokee not in that. Wood and Upshur County also not included. Nor is Franklin or Titus, Camp, or Morris County. So any of the counties to the north. So it's just those Delta County, Lamar County, and back to the northwest till 2 a.m. And that really just kind of got extended. It wasn't affected till 11 o'clock out toward the Dallas or the DFW, and it got extended. All right, so I'll push this back to the west here. A few showers, thunderstorms trying to form down toward Waco, not as strong as the ones here, of course, that are creating the severe thunderstorm counties, or severe thunderstorm warnings out to the west. We got Tarrant County, Parker County till 9:30, and then a host of other severe thunderstorm warnings that are in place. But you'll see these, as these march south and eastward, they again just kind of clustering up here, shrinking in size. So there were a couple tornado warnings out to the west. Those tornado warnings have expired. Did have a tornado warning, I think, in Palo Pinto County, briefly a little while ago, but that has since been allowed to expire. So we have those severe thunderstorm warnings till 9:45. So if I had to pick a place, where could we see a severe thunderstorm wind gust? Again, maybe in that watch blocks area, Van Zant County, toward Rains County and Hopkins County. Very outside shot that we get I mean, not to say we couldn't have a 30 or 40 mile an hour wind gust in Tyler as those thunderstorms sort of weaken and fall apart. And I'm just going to skip through everything here and go back to future Skycast so we can walk through that again. But you can see this is really becoming a large thunderstorm complex that will march eastward. The severe potential overnight is on the lower side, and the Storm Protection Center kind of echoes that with this marginal risk out to the northwest and the slight risk in yellow. The storm energy is weak to moderate, so there's enough there to support a strong or severe thunderstorm. But the low-level jet stream winds are on the weaker side, especially when you get to Tyler, Jacksonville, Henderson, Nacogdoches, and Center. There's almost very little, if any, upper-level wind support to keep these thunderstorms rotating, which would then lift some hailstones, or we'd have downward transfer of momentum of these low-level winds that would be pushed down to the surface. And even if they were at this point, they'd be in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range. And the rotation potential here, you can see how the thunderstorms weaken as we come on through here. So I'm not really worried about tornadoes tonight. There's still some medium threat toward Plano, Terrell, maybe around Dallas, and then that weakens quickly here. By 1:30, it is all said and done, and then by 6:30, it is over. All right, so here's future Skycast again about an hour from now. Those thunderstorms, this is modeling this really well. DFW, we go forward in time. Any one of those could have a wind gust or two, maybe about 40 miles an hour, probably staying below severe limits. All right, let's see. Let's see. Allie says she's going to be, because it's bedtime. Allie, I think you're going to be fine. Katie just went through, thought I'd be able to sleep here in van tonight. Yeah, I think you'll be fine, Katie. I mean, there may be a little bit of some gusty winds. Is there any severe potential for Mineola? JT, very low, very, very low threat for Mineola tonight. Matthew says always weekends before Longview. Yeah, that's been the case this year. Last year, Longview had more rainfall at this point in the year than Tyler did, but this year it's been reversed. Most of the showers and thunderstorms have been kind of behaving like this, falling apart before they get anywhere. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but these are just garden variety. They pop up in the heat of the day. You get about 45 minutes of rain, and then they're gone. An isolated shower can't be ruled out Thursday afternoon, but the highs were in the 90s. And then Friday, and I'm going to get new data here in about 11 minutes on this Friday, be able to play that out. But look at the rainfall amounts. I mean, you're talking about in the next 7 days, there's a frontal boundary. The front that brings us the chance of rain tonight stalls essentially out here to the northwest toward Dallas and Sherman, and then lifts back to the north. So heavy rainfall in the order of about 3 or 4 inches of rain, DFW toward North Texas. We have a chance here in East Texas to pick up 1.5, maybe 1 to 1.5 inches of rainfall over the next 7 days. It gets rainier starting Sunday. So there's a frontal boundary that pushes down to about the Red River Saturday, then it sags into deep East Texas Sunday, and then it kind of wobbles back and forth with numerous showers and thunderstorms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. You'll see that here on the 7-day forecast. So again, that front moves into the area Sunday morning. We got a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then scattered showers and thunderstorms Monday and Tuesday. But before we get there, we've got a little bit of pre-summer heat moving in here Friday and Saturday. All right, one more check of the questions, and then we'll sign off for the evening and see you back here at 10 o'clock. Will Carthage likely get any rain? Matt, not tonight, but I'll go back a graphic here and show you the 7-day forecast. I think Carthage will, especially Sunday morning, pick up maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall. Carthage get any rain today? No. But Carthage could pick up. Notice where I'll circle that area right there in that purple, that corresponds with about 1.5 to 3, 1 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. So Carthage could get a nice drink of water over the next 7 days. Not totally done yet when it comes to the rain. All right, I appreciate everybody watching tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the Facebook comments. Thanks for the Facebook viewing and hanging out with me. We are back on CBS 19 News at 10 o'clock tonight. Until then, have a great night, and we will see you on CBS 19 News at 10.